Welcome to the Brother Speak podcast. This is Brother Speak, late night, just driving around. Um, there was something I wanted to talk about right now. Why I don't have much to do at this point. Just time to get off of work. But I was talking about seeking knowledge as an escape. Now, I was on a panel, I think it was a couple of days ago. Well, I guess it'll be a couple of days now on the Ebony Star Network, and we was talking about. Well, we were talking about if uh, if Max, the host of the Ebony Star Network, was a detriment to the black community, and we kind of got into knowledge, and one of the persons in the chat uh, was talking about seeking knowledge from um, different things like Kemet or Africa, looking to the ancestors. And, Max was talking about, well, those are not your ancestors. I mean, they're your relatives, but that's not your culture. Um, that's not how you raised. You were raised here in America. And, the guy in the chat was talking about, well, seeking knowledge from different places. And he was like, well, the knowledge itself is coming from your parents. It's not your knowledge itself comes from your parents, not from all these different sources. And he was talking about people using that knowledge as a means of escape. And I get it. There are a lot of times that people use that seeking knowledge because they don't have the type of guidance that they would have from their parents. And I think the guy in the chat was saying that, his mother and father died early. So he didn't have that parents to get him that guidance. So he looked somewhere else, mainly like in the conscious community. And, you know, Max is talking about, how that knowledge can be used as a means of escape, which, I tend to agree to an extent. I think that it a lot of people seek knowledge such as Kemet. Uh, they're going to the history of Africa, learn about Egypt as a means of escaping reality. If you notice, a lot of that knowledge is not practical knowledge. It's not something that you can use Monday morning, as they say. It's not something that you can use to help you get a job. It's not something that help you get an income. It's not something that you can use to solve issues such as issues with your significant other, issues with your children. It's not it's not something that you can use in everyday life. It's just knowledge for knowledge. But what is used as an escape to escape reality. Not It's used to run away from the fact that your life is not where it needs to be, that you are probably lost, or life's not going the way you thought it was going to be. So you're trying to find the reasons of why, or the reasons for your purpose, and it leads you to either religion, it leads you to uh, atheism, leads you to other cultures, and you're just seeking this knowledge just for the sake of seeking knowledge and trying to cope with reality. Now, seeking that knowledge is, I think it's good. I, I think it's a good thing, but it can't be used as a means to escape your situation. It can't be used as a means to um, further hatred or bitterness towards either women or society as a whole. It The knowledge should be used to get an understanding of something, and with the understanding that you can try to fix it or learn to live within it. You see people talking about feminism, talking about how the society is just attacking men, and and not understanding the reason why it's doing it. So you seek the knowledge to do that. Now you can now you seek the knowledge, you find the knowledge. Now you can now you're not so angry at the society. You just understand this is where it is. This is why. So now you live your life accordingly. But you don't live your life just seeking this knowledge as an escape for reality, and you're just trying to find more and more stuff to cope with something that's going on in your life. Like I said, knowledge is great. Knowledge is something you should have, but if it's not helping you deal with something in your life, what's the point of it? It's just you're just doing it for entertainment. Trying to get the damn thing fogging up. So, like I said, like we talk about the red pill, you know, people with the red pill rage. Well, the original intention of the red pill was in the movie The Matrix was to understand what is going on in the real world, but it was used to fight in that real world to change the society that you're living in. It wasn't used to just rage and be bitter towards people and just do nothing. But that's what happens when um, you're using that knowledge, but it stays stagnant. And now you're resting in that knowledge and trying to advance that knowledge, but it's not advancing you to do anything about it to change it. But it's just you're just seeking the knowledge to seek the knowledge to affirm why you hate something, why you were right to be angry at something. This when you're going to chemed and something like that. It's really you're trying to find a knowledge that is above you. You're seeking something outside of yourself instead of seeking stuff internally to better your life. So it's a crazy thing, and so it's crazy that we have a situation where people use that knowledge and doing it's not doing any favors. You have this knowledge, um, like for instance, the understanding of feminism, the understanding of why it was happening, but you're not using that knowledge to either change it to where it benefits your community or to benefit yourself or work around it to benefit yourself. You're just using it as a fuel for your anger and bitterness. It doesn't solve anything. Or let's see, particularly the black pill. You know, black pill is basically knowing the nature of everything and moving accordingly. Black pill is not used to just wallow in pity and and go further into the darkness. It's so you don't have to be angry at people, and you don't have to be. You understand this is what it is, and let me move accordingly. It's you understand, like for instance, you understand you seek out the nature of women. Okay, a lot of people know all this knowledge of women, but yet they can't keep a woman. They can't even talk to a woman. They can't uh, conversate with a woman. They can't. It's not practical. It's not something they can use to better their relationship with women, even if it's just for a one night stand, even if it's just for a short sexual encounter or for a long term encounter. But it's used to fuel your anger and rage towards women. So sorry about that. Stay at work. So um, the knowledge is not used as to how to deal with it and find a way to deal with women that is beneficial to you. It is used to fuel your anger and rage and just stay in that anger and rage. That's not that's not using the knowledge for anything positive for you. Just negative. And then now you stay in that anger and rage and it keeps you stagnant. You don't grow to anything. That's what I'm talking about. That's why that knowledge that people use, like saying that, yeah, we were kings and queens. Okay. See, black man was king. He ruled over this. He ruled over that. The women were queen. They ruled over this. They ruled over that. And I'm like, that's great, but how does that help you now? It's that people that call themselves kings and queens, but they're kings and queens, but you're not king or queen of anything. You don't even have a kingdom. You a bum ass dude living at your mom's basement or living off some chick, and the chicks are no better. They calling themselves queens, but you got kids everywhere. You just letting anybody come up in there. That's not a queen. You're just dating any old dude. That's not a queen. So it makes you more stagnant. It makes you just stay where you are instead of trying to grow. Because like I said, the intention of what people was calling black men kings and queens was, look, you're a king and a queen. You don't have to live like this. You use it to do better. Oh, hold on a second. All right, I'm back. But yeah, it's used to. It was supposed to be used, the king and queen thing, and to let people know, hey, you did all this stuff to inspire you to do better, inspire people to live better lives. But it had the opposite effect with some people. It just, oh, I'm a king, so I don't have to do anything. I'm a king, so women should come worship me because I'm a king. They told me I was a king, but you're like, you don't have a kingdom. You don't have a house. Hell, you living with somebody. That's not king things. You know, woman's a queen. She's a queen, but you're not. You're not a queen. You're you're living off of somebody. You're dating a bum who ain't doing anything for you, and you're just there, and you're not trying to improve. So that knowledge is supposed to be used to improve your life. It's not meant to just stay stagnant and just do nothing with it. And you just and what you're trying to find out more and more and more, but it's not practical knowledge. It's not used to improve your life. So, like I said, the Max was right about that. That knowledge itself should be attained from your parents or from your family, if not your parents, grandparents, great grandparents. Like my work ethic, going to work, that was from my mother and father. We they always went to work. My mother went to work. My father went to work, even though they didn't live together. And that's the one thing they that I took from them is that you have to go to work. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's my knowledge of self. Now, fortunately, they didn't teach me other things. So I can understand going to seek other knowledge. So I did go try to read about Kemet, but it was like it was great to know, but like I said, it didn't serve anything. It didn't serve me in any way. It didn't. teach me how to better my life. It didn't teach me to deal with a boss. It didn't teach me to deal with a relationship with a woman. So it wasn't practical knowledge. And because it wasn't practical knowledge, I threw it away. Some people just go into it as escape. Like that's not my that's not my means to escape, man. I just my means of escape is probably video games. You know, playing my PS4, especially was playing Spider-Man earlier. Great game. Y'all should go get that one. But it has to be something that's practical, something that will help you deal with the issues that you might be having. Because if it's that knowledge doesn't do anything, it's just a waste of space, and you're trying to escape reality. And you should not be trying to escape reality. You got to deal with reality at some point, however you want to deal with it. Because at the end of the day, you still got to live in this world. Now, whatever you choose how to live in this world, that really is up to you. So, with that, I'm gonna get jump off. Might start another live stream in a minute because that's another thing I wanted to talk about from earlier with derail, but I don't want to do it here. So I will get back with you later on. Peace.